JW is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 9 episode reaction video. But before I get into that, it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, I suggest that you take the initiative and pay attention to this episode title, which of course I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode number 7. The title of this episode is called Stradivarius. An episode directed by Michael Cutlass, who played Abraham Ford on The Walking Dead, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, and one episode in Season 7. Well, actually two. He was in the premiere and the finale. This will be my reaction, review, recap of the episode. And keep in mind, I'm reacting to it due to the fact that I want it on my channel. And I'm also reacting to it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead is going to be the final season of the main Walking Dead show. At the hilltop, Tara goes over the day's activities with Jesus, revealing that Maggie has actually decided to leave with Herschel and joined Georgie's group, leaving Jesus in charge of the hilltop, and Jesus has won another recent election, so he gets to stay in power at the hilltop. Now, they further discuss the situation between the hilltop and Alexandria, the two communities having refused to work together due to events in the past, apparently. Now, later, Jesus sneaks out of the hilltop and meets with Aaron, where they practice close quarters combat and discuss in private how they can help restore the trust between their two communities. Suddenly, they see a flare go off nearby and find a wounded Rosita needing their help. They race her back to the hilltop for medical attention. Michonne with Sadiq and DJ take Magna's group back to their former camp, finding the shipping container they used for shelter had been upended, seemingly by a large hurt. Now, Luke, a former music teacher, recovers a supply of recorders he had stashed there, and Michonne states that this will be as far as she goes and prepares to return to Alexandria. But Magna convinces her she needs to stay with them to argue their case to Maggie. They find shelter for the evening. During the night, Luke scavenges from junk in the building, alerting Michonne, and when he emerges with an object, she slashes it with her sword in two, and he reveals that the object was a rare Stradivarius violin, one he had found earlier in the group's travels, and states that he believes that by bringing art and music back, they will be able to overcome the walkers. Well, I don't know if that's really going to help against the walkers, but hey, whatever floats your boat, man. And they prepare to set out the next morning, but a walker horde has surrounded the building. The group efficiently dispatches the walkers until they see one they recognize as Bernie, a former member of Magna's group. Michonne puts Bernie down with a degree of respect before they set out, as she does it where they don't really see what happens. Stabs in the back of the head with him facing towards them. It was kind of a sad moment. Obviously, there was something there with Magna. Magna really liked this Bernie character because she was very distraught over it. And as they near the hilltop, Michonne again states her intention to return to Alexandria, but Sadiq reveals that Maggie has been long departed there. The two riders from the hilltop come by on their way to Alexandria to inform them about Rosita Espinosa, but since they are here, the group, including Michonne, prepare to continue the hilltop. Connie thinks she sees something in the woods, but later says it was nothing. However, unseen by the cowboy, someone is spying on them as they depart. Now we have Daryl. He leads Carol and Henry to his camp and introduces them to his dog, named Dog. Carol fears for Daryl's health as he has not eaten much, but Daryl has become accustomed to that, and in his course of searching for Rick Grimes' body, has taken used to living on his own. Daryl is kind of a loner. That's probably what he'd prefer to do. He's kind of an introvert. He doesn't really want anybody to talk to him and interact with him. He just kind of wants to do his own thing. From my seeing Daryl for almost 9+ seasons here. And obviously has gotten very used to living on his own. That night, as Daryl takes Dog to check his traps, they are followed by Henry. Dog actually gets stuck in one of the traps, and while Daryl frees it, they are overwhelmed by walkers. Henry steps in to help dispatch them. When they return to the camp, Henry explains that he's learned that it is better to look at the big picture of everybody's survival than just one person. The three continue on to Hilltop, where they learn of Rosita's injury, and they find out that Eugene is still out there somewhere. Rosita left him in a cabin somewhere. So we have Aaron, Daryl, and Jesus head out in search for Eugene. And that's the end of the episode. So it was a big filler episode. There was some moments in the episode, but all in all, it was kind of, yeah. I wish it would have been like a finale or a premiere. I think Michael Cutlass could have done a much better job, from my opinion at least. Some people like this episode a lot. I know he's directed another episode of The Walking Dead, and if I remember correctly, that episode is much more entertaining than this one. This one had its moments, but it's a lot of filler. So I'm going to give it a 7.3 out of 10. Still a 7. I mean, that's solid for a show. For a bad episode, you get a 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. My character of the episode is actually going to be Tara. This is the first time in a while that I've actually enjoyed what Tara did on screen. And she's like leading the Hilltop, but not leading the Hilltop. And I really enjoyed that from Tara. A lot of people could have been the character of the episode. It wasn't really a standout character in this episode. Could have been Magna, could have been Michonne, maybe Jesus, but he really didn't do all that much. Kind of, sort of, I don't know. But you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode from Season 9, Stradivarius, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're not a fan of this episode, but you like The Walking Dead in general, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get those likes up. 1,000 likes is always the goal. If you know anybody that would be interested in this video, go ahead and share it to them. Don't forget to leave me a comment with your thoughts on the episode, or realistically anything Walking Dead related. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.